Here's what would happen to your body if your shower water turned into acid. While hydrochloric acid is strong, the danger wouldn't actually be related to chemical burns. This is because chemical burns from hydrochloric acid can take up to 24 hours to develop. The real danger is involved with the acid being extremely toxic and being readily absorbed into your skin. It causes calcium deposits to develop on your heart, which can lead to cardiac arrest. Even just a small amount absorbed by the skin can cause death. Now comment your worst nightmare.
5 interesting stuff. Number 5. This is the world record largest balloon in the world being popped. And on a more terrifying note, Number 4. A snake can actually slither down your throat undetected while you're asleep. This is what the process of removing it looks like. Number 3. This is a facial prosthesis for a wounded soldier in World War I. This is his healed face without it, and this is him with it. The reason many of these don't remain, even though so many were created, is that they were seen as a piece of their true face, so they were respectfully buried with them still attached. Number 2. The house from Up was depicted floating with this many balloons, but in reality, it would have needed somewhere around this many balloons, just to leave the ground. And number 1. If you were ever wondering what the most common letter in the English language is, it's the letter E, while J is the least common. With this display, you can also see where the letter is most often used, so if you know anyone with, say, the letter J in their name, treat them right. They're special.
Facts that will break your brain, part 3. We went to the moon before we had wheels on luggage. The oldest person in the world has seen an entire world of humans die, and an entire other world replace them. People knew that the earth was round before mammoths went extinct. Pablo Escobar burned $2 million in cash to keep his daughter warm when they were on the run, and space is a little over 60 miles away.
If you see Donald Trump, you need to run fast. Make sure you share this message with everyone, because if you're walking through the forest one day and you see something which looks like Donald Trump's wig, do not be fooled, because this is a trap. If you touch this, there will be serious consequences. This caterpillar contains toxins that are extremely dangerous. So if you see the caterpillar which looks like Donald Trump's wig anywhere, you need to run fast. Make sure you share this message and follow for more.
Facts about dreams. It's not uncommon for people to dream in black and white. Men and women dream differently. Guys' dreams tend to be more aggressive and physical, while girls dream more about rejection and exclusion. Some blind people still dream visually. Researchers found that blind people's eyes do move during their REM cycle, meaning that it is possible for them to see something. And lastly, the human brain is more active during a dream than it is when it's actually awake.
This woman tested the CIA's worst torture method, and you won't believe what happened to her. BBC reporter Hilary Anderson wanted to find out what it is like to be inside a blackout box. She was aggressively thrown into the box by 3 masked men. Once she was inside, the men locked the box, leaving her in darkness. Immediately she began to sweat and felt claustrophobic, but the worst part hadn't even begun. After 10 minutes of being left alone, cramped inside a tiny box with nothing but her thoughts, the men turned on the speakers. The noise coming from the speakers were the sounds of babies crying and screaming, used to psychologically trouble the person in the box. And only after 12 minutes of experiencing the blackout box, Hilary shouted to get out. After she was out, she had a racing pulse, but imagine what happened to the one detainee who was left in the box for 29 hours. Now comment someone you would put in here.
Yo, what's up? Here's some scary facts about our world that you probably didn't want to know, part 20. Before Michael Jackson actually passed away, 5 hours before he died, someone posted the exact way and time he would die, and it was 100% accurate, and it did happen that exact way. Facebook actually shut down 2 robots that they created known as Alice and Bob because they started talking to each other in their own language. Yeah, I probably would have shut them down too. The CIA once came out with a weapon that kind of mimicked the behavior of a taser, but instead of sending electricity through the body, it gave the same symptoms and reactions as a heart attack would, and it was known as the heart attack gun. Halloween actually started out with people using real animal heads and skin as their Halloween costumes, and so that they could fit in with other spirits to make sure the spirits thought that they were actually spirits so that they could pass and roam. 2008, a boy named James was gifted with an Elmo doll, and as soon as they put the batteries in the Elmo doll, the doll exclaimed, "Kill James." Yeah, I don't know where they bought that doll at.
Here's how you can survive a tsunami. Okay, so you're at the beach, not a worry in the world. When you notice the tide is unusually low, and the earth begins shaking ever so slightly, better act quick because a wave of death is coming for you. First, get away from the beach and find high ground. If you can't, find the tallest building possible and get to the roof. And if neither of those are an option, grab something and hold on. If you don't, you'll be swept away by the debris. Good luck and stay alive.
Facts that could save your life one day, part 7. To survive in a free-falling elevator, you have to lay down on your back. If you're standing up, your legs will get shoved through your hips into your internal organs, and then you die. If you need to start a fire, any snack could be used as a fire starter. You can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in a harsh environment, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food.
Facts about love that you probably didn't know, but you definitely need to hear. There have been studies that show that you're more likely to fall in love with somebody who resembles one of your parents. What? An average person will fall in love 3 times in their lifetime. There have also been studies that show that when 2 people who are in love look into each other's eyes for 3 minutes, their heartbeats will synchronize. The euphoria and happiness that you feel when falling in love is similar to being on drugs, like for part 2.
Psychology tricks that I learned in my general psych class last year that I know work because I use them. People tend to get really uncomfortable in silence, and they subconsciously try to fill this by talking. This works especially well if you're in a verbal altercation with somebody and they're kind of being an ass. Just don't say anything. Let themselves dig a deeper hole and listen to the word vomit spew out of their mouth. You can tell which one of your friends likes who by just paying attention a little bit more. If you're in a group and something funny happens or somebody tells a joke, people tend to be laughing while looking at the person they like most. I also want to apologize in advance if you do this and you notice that nobody's making eye contact with you. This last one helped me out a lot when I worked in customer service. If somebody is yelling at you or being a dick, just be like, excuse me, you have a little something in your teeth. This makes them feel very self-conscious and it stops them in their tracks every time. If you guys like this, I'll do a part 2.
Here are 5 Fortnite facts that you probably didn't know. Fortnite is the most played game with over 78 million monthly players. Surgeons who play Fortnite have a 37% less chance of messing up a surgery. In 2018, Fortnite brought in over $2.5 billion in sales. Did you know that the Fortnite Durburger actually appeared in real life? A school in England actually banned the floss dance because apparently it was scaring other kids.
Here's how to actually lucid dream. Lucid dreaming is when you become aware that you're in a dream, and this means you can control everything. It's very fun. So here's the method I use that works for me. It's called MILD and it stands for Mnemonic Induction to Lucid Dreaming. As you are falling asleep, repeat the phrase in your head, "I will control my dream, I will control my dream, I will control my dream." By repeating this mantra, you are encouraging your brain to be aware when you start dreaming. Therefore, you should lucid dream.